Now, a lot has been going on behind the scenes with our favorite milsims just within the past year or so. If you haven't been paying particularly close attention, you may not have even noticed. Simply that, slowly but surely, passion is being replaced by greed and corporatism within our favorite development studios. And no, I'm not here to make a big stink about it, because who knows? Only time will tell if this is actually a good or bad thing. After all, with corporatism comes money. And in the end, these milsims, these games we love and cherish, are businesses. And the only way they thrive, get bigger and better, is if and when they are bringing in revenue. Moolah, that cheddar, feta, that stinky cheese. Saying all this to say, we are definitely on the cusp of a new era in this genre that is slowly but surely growing. Just like all of the studios before it, did Black Matter and Hell Let Loose sell its very soul to the highest bidder, the devil himself. Someone's gotta say it. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mil-Sim tax shooter and historic game channel, home of the weekly Steam Key giveaway. There's no better time to be a member of the channel, subscriber of the channel, and part of our Discord channel. We have tons of awesome Steam Keys to give away. Once a week, at the end of the week, every week, one of lucky viewers takes home a Steam Key. We're giving away games like Beyond the Wire, Project Gunship, Military Conflict Vietnam, No Plan B, Battle Cry of Freedom, Easy Red 2, just to name a few, and we're always getting more. But jumping right into this video, if you happen to miss the last video I did on this subject, aptly named that all of our favorite milsims just sell out, you're going to want to watch that video, as a lot of what I'm going to talk about in this video kind of plays off of the discussion of this one. You can click right here in the top right of your screen. Check it out. If you're a fan of this milsim genre, chances are you're probably going to want to know these things that for whatever reason weren't supposed to know, apparently. For whatever reason, it seems to be the most picked play in the corporate playbook. Just say nothing. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So to sum things up and explain exactly how we got to where we're at here with Hell Let Loose, we gotta understand what else is going on around it within this niche of the industry. So if you didn't already know, Squad, the spiritual successor to Project Reality, and a huge inspiration to Hell Let Loose here, Squad basically sold half of its dirty little body on the street to this massive soulless Chinese corporate conglomeration so big it's literally part of the Chinese government at this point. Freaking Tencent. Yeah, these guys aspire to be the next BlackRock or something. I mean, they are buying up any and every American technology company they can possibly get their dirty little paws on. And their big thing is user data. Now, let's remember that, because that's going to come into play later in the video. So our beloved Squad basically sells itself off in the game that went from Project Reality modders that wanted to bring Project Reality into the modern age with modern graphics. All of these guys who loved what they were doing, had passion for the project. To all of these guys, Squad was their baby. They poured their heart and soul into this project. All of these guys are gone. They're no more. Squad is now being developed by, finger quotes, ex-AAA devs. Let's remember this one too, because it's also going to come into play later in the video. So anyway, Squad seemingly falls to the dark side, and all about the same time, its beloved sister projects seemingly do the exact same thing. We have Beyond the Wire, the visceral World War I simulator, which everyone called a great game with no players. Quite the conundrum. Now, they just couldn't seem to get it optimized, I think was their biggest problem, but for whatever reason they released bots for the game and did what corporate ran studios did best. Devs just disappeared. They didn't say anything, no announcement, just crickets. Now if you'd like to see and hear the full investigative journalism episode on this, click the video up in the top right now. But in summary, a young man on Reddit did some digging, paid maybe a little too close attention, and discovered that the entire Redstone Interactive company that was developing Beyond the Wire and supposedly separate from OWI was given another task by OWI. And rumor has it that they were actually put on the Starship Troopers extermination project, which if you ask me, who cares? Do what you want to do. But at the same time, the community at least deserves to know. Of course, I'm just summarizing. For the whole story, check out the vid, top right. But moving right along, we're going on to another extremely beloved World War II milsim, probably probably my favorite game here on the channel. The game I've waited literally 38 years of life for. The game I've always imagined. The organized chaos that is Postscriptum. 40 versus 40, combined arms, visceral World War II warfare. Postscriptum has a devout cult following. No matter what is said about this game on the internet, and a lot is said, this game will always have at least a server going, similar to Red Orchestra, Darkest Hour. Fans of Postscriptum are going nowhere, no matter what. However, it's still a damn shame that, of course, in summary, the lead dev of Postscriptum seemingly fired everyone, and only he remains. And again, it seems to be the favorite corporate play, complete and utter silence. No announcement. However, just last week, Postscriptum was in fact on the spring Steam sale for only $7.50. So someone somewhere is pulling strings, pressing buttons, doing something. If I was a betting man, there's some kind of legal stipulation to why Breeze, who the lead dev, can't say anything. But saying all this to say about Squad, Beyond the Wire, Postscriptum, the inner workings, what's going on behind the scenes with OWI, it seems the same exact story is happening over here with Hell Let Loose now. Except these cats are a little more slick about it. If you didn't already know, Black Matter sold Hell Let Loose to the highest bidder. Just like Squad, Hell Let Loose is no longer a passion project. The people working on it, it's not their baby anymore. Hell Let Loose is a business now, a revenue source, a moneymaker, and nothing more. Now again, like the beginning of the video, can I be sure that this is a bad thing? No. Money is good. When it comes to developing video games, it is literally the most important thing. More money, the more development. However, something's fishy going on here, as seemingly every devlog we get since Black Matter left is talking about how they're going to be fixing up the game, how they'll be working on server health, investigating and fixing known issues, fixing up old bugs, doing quality of life stuff, working on hit registration, etc., etc., which is all fine and dandy. What happened to the promised content? I remember everybody ranting and raving about the British faction that would be coming within the first quarter of 2023. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to be going into the second quarter of 2023, and the faction hasn't even been mentioned. It's almost as if this whole improvement to the game, fixing everything up, is just an excuse. Another play from the corporate playbook. And that, you bunch of milsims, is how you buy yourself some time. Of course, I hope I'm wrong here, but I think there's a good chance us Hell Let Loose players are like a horse-drawn carriage being led by a dangling carrot. You look at these devlog posts, and every last one of them, since Black Matter, no longer the developer, literally everything in these devlogs is talking about improving upon what is already in the game, which honestly, I think would be a great idea. But there's also no real way to prove anything is actually being done. They claim to be working closely with Vivox to make improvements with VoIP. How many times have we heard that over the past several years? Or here where it says they're improving latency issues with South American servers. I mean, this is something that should go without saying. Something that took one IT guy a short evening. Or in this one where they talk about how over the past few months, they've been busy building a brand new Hell Let Loose studio, consisting of veteran developers who have worked on numerous AAA titles. Or is what they meant to say, we will be finding ways to monetize Hell Let Loose beyond the initial ticket price. I mean, this is literally the exact message we got from OWI and Squad, and then months later found out that paid emotes were coming to the game. However, they do say in a matter of weeks, they will be releasing the full roadmap in 2023. So I am curious to see exactly how far they backed up that British faction release. I don't know, guys. I know I probably sound a little crazy, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Like Dave Chappelle said, I think they're just trying to buy some time. They had to say something, as Black Matter was so good on being transparent, keeping us updated. I suppose these new developers wanted to keep that ball rolling, and without much to say, they just filled our ears with a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the British faction is right around the corner, but I'd hate to be the one to say I told you so when come to find out we're not going to get them till later this year. I don't know. Within the past year, this entire genre has fallen to the dark side, but it was probably destined. Fate. We all know these games need money to survive, and without corporate influence, who knows, these games could have went under. And now to tie all of this together and make some kind of coherent sense of my ramblings, I'm going to recite to you an old Chinese proverb, and it goes something like this. A farmer and his son had a beloved stallion who helped the family earn a living. One day, the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away! What terrible luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild mares back to the farm as well. The neighbors shouted out, "Your horse has returned and brought several horses home with him. What great luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the mares, and she threw him to the ground, breaking his leg. The villagers cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." And a few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through town, recruiting all the able-bodied boys for the army. They did not take the farmer's son, still recovering from his injury. Friends shouted, "Your boy is spared. What tremendous luck!" To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." This situation, our beloved genre, the milsim genre, finds itself in, on the verge of popularity, corporations taking interest, big money moves. We cannot really say for sure whether this is a good or bad thing. What did Yoda say? Only the Sith deal in absolutes. So I guess only time will tell, boys. Is this new development team gonna care about Hell Let Loose like Black Matter did? Probably not. But who's to say? Maybe treating the game more like a business could be better for it. I really hope not, but maybe the British faction could be a paid DLC. And if you ask me if that's what it takes to get further content down the road, like the Pacific, woo-wee, then I'm all for it. I would love to see the Pacific. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think could come of this new dev team? Does it even have the possibility for being as good or even better than Black Matter? Black Matter raised the bar pretty damn high when it came to dev team. I don't think I've ever seen a dev more transparent. Let's just hope Hell Let Loose gets treated half as good Black Matter did it. I want to give a special shout out to my channel members, the Mil-Simp minions. Consider joining the ranks, support your boy and his channel, help me get this niche of a genre out to the masses. Again, there's no better time to be a viewer of the channel. We have so many awesome games to give away. Make sure you drop a comment before you go and be part of the Discord channel, link below. Good luck to everybody in the giveaways. I will see you boys in the next one. Y'all be good to each other.